Hey everybody, just going to do a quick video here about this DIY project you can easily do at home for your Pioneer 500. For many of you, you know that rear basket is not much help on the trails when you're trying to carry your cooler. Some tools may fall in between the slots no matter how well you ratchet it down. There's tons of options in the aftermarket world, all great ones of course, plastic, aluminum, just depending what you want. Unfortunately those usually run over $200, so if you're looking for something you can do yourself, still have some storage in the back, this will be a great option. I'm going to go over the parts needed here in a moment. Overall, it's going to cost you, depending if you go Lowe's, Home Depot, your local Ace Hardware, between $60 to $90 tops. This bed is completely made of wood. Some people have their opinions on that. I've had it in the water multiple times. I pressure washed this UTV at least bi-weekly. It's held up great. Don't see any swelling or anything. I think that's all going to be in the preparation, which we will go over. For the tools needed, of course, just a saw, a typical drill, and some screws. If your local Lowe's or Home Depot's friendly enough, I actually got them to cut all the wood there, so all I had to do was come home, paint it, and screw it together. Made it even easier for me. As far as materials, all you're going to need is a piece of plywood. I actually use 3/4 MDF. In my opinion, that's too heavy and thick. You can easily get away with half, possibly even 3/8. Because the majority of the pressure is actually going to be held by the rack here. So unless you're really planning on slamming things in there, this is kind of just your base. You don't really need to go 3/4, 1 inch unless it's something you want to do on your own. And then just a 2x6x12 for dimensions here. The length is going to be 46 inches long, and then the width is going to be right at 30 inches. And then, when you're bringing up the sides, some people have asked me if you can use a 2x4. There's a 2x4 for reference. It's not going to give you as much side clearance there. You're going to have a short side wall. Stuff might tip over. I think a 2x6 is a much better choice. Another thing is the 46 will actually mount perfectly straight. I was in a rush, not paying attention, did not line it up. That's on me. 46 would give you a perfectly nice line up right on the rails. Again, just take your time when you're putting it together. The only other thing you'll need materials wise is I just got, this is black horse fence paint. Got half a gallon for $20. Painted it before I put everything together. That way you got in every crack, crevice. I went ahead and of course painted the top, bottom, in between. Put 3 or 4 coats on there. I honestly don't remember. And it's held up great. Mine has this little bit of a, I guess you call it a lip back there, or a ducktail. Just try to make it look sporty. You could actually bring the wood all the way out. And then as far as the tailgate, you could easily put some hinges and have yourself a nice little tailgate if you want to close. I just use 1 1/4 inch, I believe, conduit straps in here. Ratchet everything down. My cooler stays in place. I have absolutely no problems. And as you can see, it all holds together pretty well. Comes together pretty well. And from a couple feet out, most people can't even tell it's wood. As far as mounting it, all I did was use 5/16 by 1.5 inch self-tappers. You can go ahead and put bolts all the way through if you want, but this is held up to 150 pounds in the back, no problems whatsoever. And then, you're just going to go ahead and obviously hit your straight frame rail underneath. Might be a little bit hard to see, but there's a straight frame rail that runs. Just use a stud finder if you need to, or just take measurements. You can hit those and you won't have a problem.